Hey, Amelia, get lost.
How you doing?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it enough space? Headroom?
It'll have to do. It'll have to do.
That's the only way I'm gonna get you all. We're not sorting yet.
Yeah, no, the dad's one down.
That's what we do here. We try to pull you in. What is twinkle? Like You know that you're coming up and giving a talking to your, okay, so there's one.
you.
Where's your wife sitting?
We're probably. That's a good question. I'll hold on to it for her right now.
Here's the second one.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody can see here. I designed like a lot of
Planning a whole big thing. How you guys been doing? Traveling much? Okay, good. That's about Black Ops out of the Supermax prison in St. Louis during a flood, and then there were alligators. It's going to be a good one. Yeah. Very proud of this one. We're streaming. Put on a show. No profanity.
Alright, what's up, guys? Cheers. Nice to see you. All grown up. I feel like you got one of these. Maybe quinceañera. How? Quinceañera. For Sweet 16 and you get a new car. Not Dad's old car. What's up, dude? How are you?
This is Amelia.
I'm Nathan. So we've met before. Oh, you know, we've been trying to clean this house up. You should have been here a week ago. It was a construction zone. Yeah, but it was supposed to be done months ago, but it wasn't, and so we just covered everything up. That's what I've been doing. It's a great spot. Like, this is technically not a floor, it's a roof. That was Bella's idea. It was great.
This don't exist before. That would did a great job with the design, with the concept.
I'll spend all day working on it. Fine, you can sit right, sit there, sit right behind, and then we'll move up. Gina, I move. Where's Gina? You're gonna sit there, up there, and then where are you sitting? I'll sit back here. I'll sit here. I'll sit here, because I can move right up. I'll sit here. There.
No, we'll move. So you have space to sit in front and watch
So
it.
you and David, Gina and Jesse, and then I'll sit here. I'll sit right here. Oh, right now.
No, it's fine.
Oh, yeah. One more thing before everyone gets comfy settled. There's the challah and wine nearby for the end. David. That's just the last one.
We're streaming live.
Hey guys, 300 subscribers.
Yeah, your dad's work. It's going live to the entire world and all 8 people tuning in. I'm sure there's.
Unlisted except for these that link.
It's public, but no one's signing up.
Not at all. Okay, do you want me to help you? I'm gonna try and I guess it's crazy, my gosh. You're so much better at it than I did. You look so good.
You sit back here?
No, I was just babysitting.
You're daddy there. Daddy, be careful not to you're sitting at the Donnie. I think this is where Jesse and Frida are. You know, Jesse's running the camera. Yeah, just got there. Okay.
I'm sitting here.
You're sitting there. Okay. You're sitting there. Here. You need your tummy slip. There you go. I'll move it back. No, we're good.
Legacy.
Anyone else want to use for very important besides the You're so old. Wait, you're 9? Okay. I'm so sorry. Tell me I'm so sorry.
We can see the camera now.
Karina, can you move that chair up a little? The one that the cord is wrapped on. Thank you. Good.
Is that good?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
No. We went somewhere. You look so pretty. Are we all ready? Here we go. That was beautiful. That song says how happy we are to be here together. And it is Shabbat. We are not running anywhere. We're going to take a deep breath. Everybody, look at us. Donnie, no football today? No football today? No soccer today? No track? No tennis? No football? Catching all my friends for lessons in between all the sports. So I'm very excited that we're here today. And before we begin, before anything ceremonial can begin, all my friends are going to receive a talit, the prayer shawl. So you can turn your page. The talit is a prayer shawl, but the cloth itself isn't as important as the fringe, or the tzitzit in its corners. The number of the threads and knots in the tzitzit represents God's commandments in the Torah. Wrapped in the talit, we also create a zone of privacy that allows for focused prayer. So today is unique because we are giving everyone here a talit. So Jesse and Dina are going to come up, and they're going to go, maybe even Anya, you want to go out a little bit? Okay. And then Jackie and Nathan, you guys go out a little bit, and they're going to get their talit. And then we're going to have Masha and David come present for JoJo. All good. All right, so we'll say the bracha together because this is a different, everybody has one. And what happens is the brachot is often on the atara, the shoulders. So everyone has one? Everyone ready? We're going to say Baruch, 1, 2, 3. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher ishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehit atef v'tzitzit. Amen. Amen. So put it on your children, and we'll set it up nice. And so try to make it a little even if you can.
And then we're going to have the family sit down so the kids can recite the next bracha. For the talit, there's a special blessing. They have it right here. I wear this 1, 2, 3.
I wear this talit for the first time today, as it is commanded in the Torah. The fringes with the special knots on the 4 corners of this garment serve as a visible reminder to observe the 613 commandments of the Torah.
Amen. Everyone looks gorgeous. Now we're ready to start. Really start. Can you hear everybody okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So the really official start to any Jewish ceremony or any Jewish day or anything we do, we say this bracha called the Shehechianu. Because the Shehechianu thanks God for this exact moment. Not yesterday's moment, not the moment earlier today, but where we are right now. You do not have to be in Israel. You do not have to be on a mountain. You do not have to be in a synagogue, because this is our sacred space. And what makes it so sacred and holy? Just look in front of you. Do you recognize all the people in front of you? These are your family, your relatives, very important people in your world. You are in a sacred space. I understand this house is a sacred space, right? Bella, whose house is this? Grandma?
Grandma Diana.
Grandma Diana's house. So we're in her house. We're blessed and surrounded by Grandma. Apparently, our Talmud cover is Grandma's too. So she's the grandma of the 5 great-grandchildren, right? So we say Shehechianu, we thank God for this moment, because only at this moment, at this place, and at this time, with these people, it won't happen again. So we think it's special. Ready? Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. So there are 3 things that make you all a bar or a bat mitzvah. Here's our bar, our son, and the daughters are our bat. Together it's b'nai. If it's girls, it's benot. It's very confusing, but we're all together still having the mitzvah. So the first thing to do in order to have this bat mitzvah is to lead your community in prayer. So are we doing that? Already doing that. The second thing, for a girl, you would have had to turn 12, and for a boy, you would have had to turn 13. Donnie, how old are you? 13. How old are you? 12. Oh, how old are you? 12. How old are you? 12. All right. You guys can go home, your job's done. All right. So, but the most important thing without those first 2 things is when we hear all of our mitzvot, all our kids say the Torah blessings. When we hear them say, Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorah, it's not until that moment that seals the deal, that makes them officially bar or bat mitzvah. So we're going to wait for that. Now, everyone here, with the exception of myself, they're going to lead us in the Matovu. We're going to do it slow and clear. I'm going to have you move over to the mic. Okay.
Matovu ohaleha Yaakov, mishkenoteha Yisrael, v'ahi berov haseha avoteiteha.
Gorgeous. Amen. Please rise for the Baruch Hu. This is our call to worship. This prayer acknowledges God. Watch your heads. As the source of our blessing. Please rise. Now we are going to turn our backs to you. The neighbors are getting a show. Olam Va'ed. Please be seated. The Shema is considered Judaism's most important prayer. It's the declaration of belief in one God. The word Shema has many meanings in the Bible that describes God's expectations of the Jewish people to hear, listen, heed, and respond with action. The kids will now lead us in the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malachuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Turn to the Be'ahavta. Those who know. Choose 1, 2.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Anohi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinatam levanecha ve'hivatam ba'am ve'shivteha ve'iteha u'lechteha b'derech u'kshoteha u'komeha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha lehayu letotafot b'einecha u'kshavtam al mezuzot beiteha u'mishoreha.
Ah, Yasher Koach. Now, am I not going to botch up the name? Where is she? Come on up! Not Katrina, although I hear she's a fourth. Come on up. Karina is going to lead us in the Be'ahavta interpretation.
And you must love the one, your God, with your whole heart, with every breath, with all you have. Take these words that I command you now to heart. Teach them intently to your children. Speak them when you sit inside your house or walk upon the road, when you lie down and when you rise. And bind them as a sign upon your hand, and keep them visible before your eyes. Inscribe them on your doorposts of your house and on your guests.
That's great. Who is like you, O God, amongst the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? If you know the Mi Chamocha, please join us. Mi Chamocha, Balim Adonai, Mi Chamocha, Nedar V'Kodesh, Torah Tehilot, Osek Elet, Torah Tehilot, Osek Elet, Mi Chamocha, Balim Adonai, Mi Chamocha, Nedar V'Kodesh, Torah Tehilot, Osek Elet, Torah Tehilot, Osek Elet.
For Yisrael, U'may be'ezrat Yisrael, Uvdei Yumecha, Yehuda Yisrael, Lo Aleinu, Adonai Tzvaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai, God Yisrael.
Gorgeous. Now, are you my avots?
Yeah.
And you are my Iburots?
I think
And you're my in the middle? You could do both? Okay, no worries. You could all do both. I go first though anyway. The Amidah is the core of every worship service, and it literally means standing, as it refers to the blessing recited while standing. The Avot, a blessing of our ancestors, links today's Jews to God through all the generations that have come before, and Gevurah for might recognizes God's strength and greatness. Please rise for the Amidah. My turn. Adonai Sefer Tiftach Ufia Tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips so my mouth can declare your glory. We bow.
Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagidor Hagibor V'Hamarav, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tobin, V'Kolei HaKol, V'Zoher Ha'ester Abo Be'imo, U'Mevi Geulah, L'nei Be'em, V'Hashemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham.
Beautiful. Atah
Gibor le'olam Adonai, Rav le'oshias, Vashika Ruach, Umori Hadashem, Mehakel Hayim Behesed, Mehayim Eitim Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berovei Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Mishenei Avar, Michamo Habal Gevurot, Umidom Elah, Melech Memit, Umekayem, Umasmiya Yeshua, Vene'eman Lehago Meiti, Baruch atah Adonai, Nehei Meiti.
Yasher Koach, that was beautiful. Beautiful. All right. At the moment, I'm going to call upon Jackie and Nathan, who have some special words for Donnie and Evelyn. Please come up. Everyone else could be seated. You guys can we're going to scooch a bit.
I won't touch it.
It's pretty active, I think.
All right. All right, kids, I'll start with you, Donovan. Before you, I was going to live in a house filled just with strong feminist women. And thank God you came, because now I have a friend who can be a man with me. So thank you for coming into my life. I will say one of my fondest, earliest memories of you is going camping with you. We were 3 years old in Ojai. And you were just this little guy, and immediately you just were one with nature. You loved to run through the creeks and go hiking, and we just had that immediately, that bond. And you loved sports, and we watched football together. But we have all this in common, but you were way much more than that. You have this analytical mind that will make you so successful. You're super smart, and now you're winning all 3 of your fantasy football leagues. And so that mind, keep using it. You're a genius. And not beyond that, you were just a nice guy. You're kind, and we just need more people like you in the world. But then along came Evelyn. And when I saw Evelyn in that little incubator, it was like you look at your child's eyes and you immediately know that they're yours because you're staring at them, they're staring back at you, and I was like, oh my God, this is definitely my child. But by 3, I remember distinctly this punch in the gut. She was punching me already. And she's my feisty daughter, and you have the feistiness that is going to make you so successful. You push through everything. That's why you're chasing boys in the football field and pulling flags as a defensive lineman or line girl. And on top of that, you have a charisma that everybody loves. You will be successful because of your feistiness and your charisma. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud of you. I'll keep it together.
I'll try not to repeat the same kind of things that I was going to say that Nathan already said, so to keep it short. Donnie is our boy amongst a sea of beautiful young ladies. He kind of is growing up the same way that my brother did. He was the one young man amongst a sea of women, a sea of people telling him what to do. You take it like a champ. You know how to listen and when to push back just a little bit in the kindest, most gentle way. I have all the same kind of things that Daddy just said about you to say, and I'm so proud of you that you persevere. You're an intelligent, kind, wonderful person that despite any challenges that comes your way, you stand strong. I'm really proud of you. And Evelyn, similarly, I always tell the story of my 3 children have the personalities in the way that were foretold by the way that they were conceived. When we wanted to have Karina, I immediately became pregnant with Karina. Like the second I wanted to have her, she came. With Donovan, I kept on asking and calling and calling and calling, and finally he showed up. And with Evelyn, she just came. She didn't need anybody calling her. This is the one that knows her mind, doesn't wait to be told. The charisma, the strength, the friendship, the love. There's only good words to say about you. And I hope that you flourish, you nourish all of that with hard work and effort so that it grows to the highest of heights. And I need to, of course, I can't stop because I have my 3 beautiful nieces that I take with me on auntie fun days. You can't call it anti-fun days because that sounds like against fun. My JoJo here, who is the quirkiest person I've ever met, but like the funnest quirks, the way to look at the world, the way that you've never seen it, but once you open your JoJo eyes, that's the only way to see it. She stands up to everyone, but at the same time, somehow miraculously is a rule follower. How is that possible? You're an amazing young lady. And my Anya, who is my Dina. You are, I feel like I'm seeing Dina once again. I am like now you're Dina's aunt rather than her cousin. You are, creative and interesting and fun and fun-loving, and I love being around you. And Eva, my bookworm, my imagination. You are, you are the person that is going to build worlds. Just wait until you start. And now you're just imagining them, and then you're going to write them all down and build them one way or another. And I can't wait to live in that world. Thank you guys. I'm very proud to be your aunt and your mother.
What about David?
Yes, please come sit. Anyone who doesn't have a seat, please come. So we have plenty of time, please sit. So we're about to approach the Torah service. And it is during this time that we will hear each of our B'nai Mitzvah students recite their Maftir Aliyah. It's special to them. In the most unusual circumstance, they have each chosen their own portion of Torah. That is not common and not traditional, but it's something that I pride myself on allowing. We're not in a sanctuary, we're in our sanctuary, and I think it's more important that each student identifies with a piece for themselves, because there's a lot of unfun Torah out there, actually, so you want to make sure you're speaking to something that is meaningful to you. All right. Like I mentioned earlier, I will call up grandmas after everybody reads their Torah, but this beautiful Torah cover has incredible significance to this family because it is the great-grandma's blouse, and apparently everyone would remember seeing her in this blouse. We want to remember her this day, of course. Most importantly, because we're in her house and under her blouse. I didn't mean it in any disrespect. Underneath the blouse is our Torah. I don't want you to stand so quickly, but I will have you stand in a moment. Our Torah, so a few things about a Torah and this Torah. So yesterday I pulled up in the car and Nathan saw my Torah. It was like driving Miss Daisy. It goes across the back. It has a seat. I mean, it's really like
A baby.
so spectacular, and it's like a baby. And when it's held, we try to hold it like a baby. We don't pass it like a rocket. Like we really try to treat it like a baby. There are 5 books in the Torah, and the 5 books are actually usually commonly read in order. This week is Lech Lecha, and our portion this week actually was chosen by Donnie, so he's going to give a little piece of that. But this Torah, of course, like all Torahs, are handwritten by a scribe. It takes about a year to build that Torah, to make each panel right, correct. And if it is not correct, if there's ever an error, the piece of panel will be buried. It will not be thrown away. It will always be treated with the respect because God's name is in this Torah. So that's why we always rise for it, kiss it, treat it with the utmost respect because God's name is in it many, many times. Interestingly enough, to get a Torah is not easy. I've been trying to purchase one myself for quite some time. When I travel, I take this mini travel Torah. Last week we did a Texas mitzvah. It got shipped from some from New York. This one was actually bought on eBay. Yes, you can get your Torahs on eBay, but they're not inexpensive. They're quite very expensive. And the Hebrew on this cover is of a family from Brooklyn. So it has been passed from generation to generation. And right now, what we are going to do is pass the Torah from generation to generation. But I'm going to do it a little different this time. We will sing the Vayehi and the Ki Mitzion, and then my students are going to move to the front of the table, and then I will invite all their parents to stand behind them, behind the table. You okay? No worries. No worries. Okay. So, please rise now. Thank you. And I'll let those know who's coming up when they're coming up. Oh, your sister? What? Amelia. She's gonna pass that
How come
candy.
Amelia is a biggie?
Once the people are undressing the Torah, she's gonna pass the candy, not yet.
Yeah, that's
And what's
nice.
gonna happen with that candy? When all the Torah readers read the Torah, when we're done and we're redressing, we're gonna sing Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and gently toss that candy. Some of it's gonna wind up in the neighbor's yard.
Right, be careful.
But it means, sweetness, and it all means good things. So.
Underhand too, by the way. This is the World Series.
We don't have a net. If it lands on the roof, we're not getting it again.
One of my students just texted me and she goes, Cindy, if I can't make the lesson tomorrow, I'm flying out to the World Series. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Vayehi b'nso Aharon vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai v'afutu hoivecha v'anusu misanecha mipanecha. Everyone, Ki Mitzion Teitzei Torah, Ki Mitzion Teitzei Torah, Udevar Adonai Mi'Yerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Le'amo Yisrael B'Kedushato. All right, kids, why don't you line up in front of me? I'm calling up Dina, Jesse, Alan, Lillian, Masha, David, Nanju.
Oh.
Amelia, yes, David, Michelle, Camila, Nathan, Jackie, Bella, Karina, and all the other kids are here. So, I'm going to step over. However you were doing it, I'm going to step forward. So, the word that you are need from generation to generation. Whoa! Oh my, you guys are going to stand on that side. Camila.
Is it heavy?
Very ceremonial.
It's about 25 pounds. Yeah.
25 pounds?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah, you're gonna start and we're gonna send it down, 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 and then I'm gonna catch it on the other side. Okay, as many people who can hold it carefully would be great. Here we go. Dor vador, le dor vador, le dor vador, no give God the ule one big great photo. All right, the kids, I'm gonna grab it back. The kids will lead us in the Shema, which means we will repeat after them.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Our turn. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Gadol Shemo.
Our turn. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Gadol Shemo. Now we bow. Gadalu la Adonai iti, uneram Shemo yachdav. Now, Brett's going to play some music while everybody else goes sits down. Our Torah readers are going to the back. And my Torah undressers are coming to the bima. And the candy passers are passing the candy.
Yeah, they are. Thank
I have one, but I want
Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romen Okay, yeah, we're not throwing anything yet, even though that is so exciting. Did you take one to eat and one to throw? Because you can do that. So what's about to happen is one extra step. The extra step is called the TKB. With the fringes of the talit, the most important, the students are going to tee. They're going to touch the Torah. They're going to kiss the fringes, and then they are going to say the Torah blessings. Do you need your Torah blessings? You're okay. No, the Baruch Hu and Adonai. Everyone knows it? If you need it, you could pull one out and put it right here. That's fine. Okay, we only need one. So this Torah blessing is what makes them the bar and bat mitzvah. Then, yep, the one that says Baruch Hu. Yep, that one. You could just leave it right there. Perfect.
Also, if I might say,
For the blessings.
this is a very loud candy with the wrapper, so if you're gonna eat any, just do it right now, and then don't eat it for the rest.
And for those of my friends who have Hebrew names, they'll be called up by that. Okay. Again, cool. Here we go. Are you okay? Are you okay to go? All right. Talmud. Donovan, Ben, Jackie, Vanatan, Matir. So you're going to come here with your piece. You're going to do the TKB with your talit. And you're going to say that bracha first. Baruch Hu. Yeah, you got it. You're right. Hamborach. Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. This is a yad. That's how you touch the Torah. Okay.
Avraham ben Teshem v'tesha shana v'hi malo b'sar lato v'Ishmael beno shlosh tesha shana v'hi malo eight b'sar lato v'etzem hayom hazeh nimo Avraham v'Ishmael beno v'chalan she'veito yilid bayit u'miknat kasef me'eit benachar nimo lo yito.
Yasher Koah. Now you're going to do TKB. And the blessing after the number 2. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam naten betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher Koah. Now you're going to go down there. We're going to come. Gorgeous. Here we go. Talmud, Evelyn Bachaki Benatan Maftir. TKB.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yep. And please use the yod.
Ve'ela v'kudei halevi lemishchotam legarshon mishpahat hakihati limri mishpahat hamrari hale mishpahat levi mishpahat haleni mishpahat haskironi mishpahat hamchli mishpahat hamushi mishpahat hakorhi ukahat haliv et Amram v'shameh asher Amram Yocheved bat Levi asher yalda ota leLevi b'Mitzram v'atelet l'Amram et Aharon va'atem Oshi va'at Miriam ahatam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah amit v'hayei olam nata betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher Koah. Talmud, Esther Tzivia, Get Yishai, Medina Maftir. Don't forget TKB.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vaydaber Adonai al Moshe v'Aharon lemor al tachritu et shevet mishpachot hakehati mito halvim v'zod asu lahem v'hayu v'lo yamutu v'yishtam et kodesh hakodashim Aharon uvanav yavo usamu otam ish ish Ovudato lo maso lo yavo ulirad kabbalah et hakodesh v'abetu.
Yeah.
TKB.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam nata b'toheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Yay. I'm going to have you all go this way, a little further down. All three of you can go in the shade over there. Yes, there. One. Okay, you're there. Yeah, you're good. From right to left, yeah. No, just in one. Good question. Hold on, I gotta call you. Tamar Aliyachaya Yishai Badina Maftir.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu nu mekol ha'amin v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayomer Adonai el Moshe Lemor Daber el Bnei Israel V'yamata Alehem V'yatzu Lahem Tzitzit Al Kanfei V'tehem L'doratam V'natanu Al Tzitzit HaKanaf V'tio Tehelet V'haya Lahem El Tzitzit Uritam Otah Uzikartem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem etam v'lo tatu.
Asher Koah.
Nope. Are you missing something? That's okay. Otam v'lo tatu. You're good. Here we go. This one. It's okay if you lost one on the way.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torat emet v'hayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Now this is the final reason.
So just to explain, JoJo's portion is all the way at the end of the Torah, and our Torah is all the way at the beginning. So it's here. So she is going to officially read it, right? One, wait. You have to do the TKB. Hold on. Ready for you. Tamot, stop here, bat masha v'david maftir.
And I want both.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amin v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Re'ei natati lefanecha hayov et ha'hayim ve'et ha'tov ve'et ha'mavet ve'et ha'ra asher anohi v'tzaveha hayom le'ahava et Adonai Elohecha v'le'hapid rahav ve'lishmor mitzvotav ve'hukotav u'mishpatav ve'hayita ve'ravita uveraheha Adonai Elohecha ba'aretz asher atah b'shama l'rishta ve'im yifnei levaveha ve'lo tishma ve'nirachtav ve'hishtahavita ve'lohim aherim ve'avedatav. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torat emet v'hayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Throw your candy. Everyone, please get your speeches now.
Already?
Oh, the bucket stuff is down.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm so excited.
Right when she said go to the candy.
I like that your breath smells like a candy.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember.
Cindy, I didn't go with the candy.
By the way, we passed out enough candy. High five. Oh my God.
You're all eating.
Dima.
Okay. So what did everybody say in Hebrew? We're about to find out.
One at a time. So Donnie, he read first, so he's going to come up and do a devar means to speak, his devar Torah. He's going to do a little speech about his Torah portion and what it means to him. He's going to come do it in the mic, slowly and clearly. And you guys can just hang off on the side.
My Torah portion called Lech Lecha talks about Abraham and God's two-way deal called the Brit. Abraham was commanded to show obedience and righteousness, walk before God, and be pure. God, in return, gave him children and land, and made Abraham a father of a great nation. Also, they would soon inherit the land of Canaan as an everlasting possession. But to seal this deal, Abraham and all of his descendants had to get circumcised. A very uncomfortable change, especially for It is an essential part of Judaism that Abraham is seen as the father of the Jewish people, and that this breed is transmitted through generations who promise to pursue obedience and righteousness through him. In return, they receive great divine rewards. The Lech Lecha symbolizes how nothing good comes without sacrifice. In this case, Abraham must get circumcised to become the father of the great Jewish nation. For me, what I must sacrifice is I must study if I want to do well on my tests. If I want to get better at soccer, I must practice. If you want to get stronger, you have to exercise. But this also relates to world problems too. For example, to solve global warming, we must sacrifice many things. Limit meat consumption, cut back on flying and driving, reduce energy use, cut consumption, waste, etc. You can't expect good things to come if you don't do or sacrifice anything to make it happen. I sacrificed my youngest child status when Evelyn was born. Even though she's really annoying, she's worth it. Jojo, Anya, Eva, you guys are more like sisters than cousins, meaning totally annoying, but I love you very much. Sharing today with all of you is very special, and I'll never forget it. Mom, Dad, I thank you so much for all you sacrificed for me, to give me life, health, happiness, and so much more. Karina, even though you take hours in the shower, I still love you very much, and thank you for always being there for me. Grandma, I thank you so much for always cooking and studying with me, and I love you very much. Dima, there are no words that can describe the misery and joy you have brought to my life. And lastly, thank you all for coming, and thank all of you for coming and making this special day more special.
My Torah portion tells the story of the daughters of Zelophehad. You get the idea. And how they changed the rules of their tribe. During this time, women's rights were non-existent, and it was unusual for a woman not to have a husband. When you know what I'm saying passed unexpectedly, there was an issue as to where his property would fall under the hands of. None of the sisters were married, and the law stated that when a man dies, the property would automatically go to his sons. No sons, the estates would go to his brothers or parents, but not his daughters. The sisters didn't agree with this and decided to do something about it. They went straight to Moses and made their case. They brought up arguments such as, why should the name of our father come away from the family just for not having a son? They made the case that they should get part of the land as well as their uncles. Since their father had been a good man and never rebelled, Moses decided to bring it up with God. This case had never been brought up at the time, so this was huge. God responded to Moses saying that the daughters of Zelophehad case was just, and even took it a step further as to change the laws. Now, if a man dies and leaves no son, his inheritance goes to his daughters as well as his brothers. The daughters of Zelophehad, even though they were the first ones to bring this up, they were not questioned. I chose this Torah portion because women's rights have had such a huge impact on my life. Starting all the way back with my great-great-grandmother, we have been pushing back on what society deemed acceptable or normal. They were heroes in a time where women were thought of as inferior. My great-grandmother, Babushka Fira, was front of the line doctor in World War II while her family hid in bomb shelters. My great-grandmother, Babushka Dina, was also a doctor and built an entire clinic from the ground up. She as well secretly gave desperate women safe abortions when they were still illegal in Russia. My grandmother, Babushka Bella, immigrated from Russia to America and created an amazing life knowing almost no English, from being a literal college mathematician to now running a medical clinic. And lastly, my mother, Jackie. She built herself an entire law firm and has helped countless people from awful situations. With all of these incredible women to look up to, it is my utmost ambition to fight for us in all the things we've done for the world as women, to stand as high as anybody else is. I myself am the only girl on the football team, a supposedly man's sport, and refuse to let this idea take over my interests and beliefs and ideas. This Torah portion agreed with my ideas of not letting other beliefs and ideas hold you back and overall showing their rights as women. Lastly, I would like to go around and thank everyone for being part of my life. Thank you, Jojo, for being such a fun and compassionate person and always brightening my day. Thank you, Anya, for always listening to me and being one of the kindest and most thoughtful people I've ever met. Thank you, Eva, for being someone I can always share my interests with and being such an enthusiastic, hilarious person. Thank you, Amelia, for being such a fun, loving, and excited person, always passionate about everything, and I love playing Flappy Dunk with you. Thank you, Donovan, for even though we fight a lot, being one of the most upbeat and most fun to hang out with person. We had the best inside jokes, and you were so much fun to be with. Thank you, Karina, for being my gossip and clothes analyzer. You're one of the smartest people I know, and I love ganging up on Donovan with you. Thank you, Dima and Michelle, for being an amazing aunt and my only uncle. I appreciate all of your gifts, generosity, and overall being such incredible people. I appreciate less the jokes and competitive board game play. Thank you, Dina and Jesse, for always opening up your home to not just me, but our entire friend group. You guys' room is like a therapist's office. Thank you, Mosh and David, for holding strong on mine and JoJo's constant dances and our pleadings for Boba. You guys are so accepting of our craziness. Thank you, Lital. Where are you? Thank you, Lital. Oh, I lost my place. Thank you, Lital, for all the Shabbat dinners and making Judaism fun. Thank you, Jenny, for being my second mom and my twin. Thank you, Gamma, for joining our family and not only making my grandma happy, but me and the rest of my family with your positive and kind spirit. Thank you, Grandpa, for even though you're not here with us right now, I love you being with me and having you close with me. Thank you, Grandma, for being someone I can always hang out with. From movies to restaurants to studying, I love spending time with you. Thank you, Lady the doggy, for being cute and soft. Thank you, Tiger the cat, for always cuddling with me and never letting me out of bed. She's also my excuse to why I can't do anything when she's on me. Thank you, Alfie the gecko, for being a little funny creature that crawls all over me. They have taught me that my existence is appreciated without doing anything. Lastly, thank you to my mom and dad for literally everything. You have given me everything, and I am eternally grateful. You have loved me and been with me through hard times and good times. Mama, you are my best friend and my shopping buddy. Daddy, you grow everything with me and help me garden. Thank you to my mom and dad for every experience and opportunity that you have gifted me. This bat mitzvah is incredible. Everyone else that's here or watching me, thank you for being a part of my life.
My Torah portion, Bar, means in the desert. It represents the 40-year trek from Egypt to the Promised Land in which the Israelites grew up and found their purpose. Let me explain. In Egypt, the Israelites never faced some of the trials of growing up, not becoming true adults. While slavery was rough, the Israelites never had to worry about simple needs, for example, where their next meal was coming from and what they were going to do. All of a sudden, they were forced to become being forced to become independent would be hard for anyone. But for people who didn't even know at all how they were supposed to get started, it was even harder. So while walking to the Promised Land, the Israelites found the skills to live on their own. It took 40 years, but they managed. This Torah portion relates to me because it talks about the period of time the Israelites were figuring things out, and I'm still learning and figuring out my life, therefore making my Torah portion meaningful. Moving on to my thanks. Thank you, my parents, for indulging and not getting too annoyed from mine and Anya's antics. Thank you to my dad for taking me to get slushies after my tennis matches, and my mom for buying practically anything that I like within reason, and my amazing shoes that she bought specifically for my mitzvah. Thank you to my sister, even though you are a pain in my butt and literally just kicked my butt, but always being there and always being an annoyance to everyone. Thank you, JoJo, for always showing what oranges serve representation. And always, along with Evelyn and Amelia, always finding every opportunity to just dance or make a show or anything. Thank you, Donnie, for being that annoying older brother whenever I come over to your house. And antagonizing everyone, making it up later. Thank you, Evelyn, for always... Thank you, Evelyn, for always just being there and being annoying and for fun, but you're there and you're always giving your opinion. And a lot of the time it's annoying, I will not deny, but a lot of the time your opinion is very valuable. Thank you, Amelia, for always having the biggest personality ever, for always just saying your opinion, just showing yourself, and being a huge part of my life whenever I'm around you. Thank you, Karina, for always having, I lost my train of thought. Thank you, Karina, for always being there when I need you and always having some good advice as someone who's lived here longer than me. Thank you, Masha and David, for always being there when I'm with you guys, and as well as basically all the adults in my life, indulging my antics, except for you guys, with JoJo, Anya, and Amelia. Thank you, Baba, Grandpa, and Baba Zina for always being there and representing my Belarusian side, and just for Baba for helping me with math and Russian. No matter how annoying it can get, I'm always very grateful. And for Baba Zina for just being there for so long and being able to know you. And for Grandpa, always making sure there's cloth when we get back from the trip.
I appreciate that.
She does. She always comes over and eats it. Thank you, Jackie and Nathan, for always being there when I'm at your house and indulging in my cooking habits and messes that I make. Thank you to Bella and Gianna for being there as well, and especially when it's Baba Dina's birthday. And kind of lastly, I think, thank you to Baba, Freddie, and Pop, who should be on the live stream, for always being there for me. I always have an amazing time when I come to New Jersey, and always coming to us too. Thank you all, and yeah. I'd like to point out that was all from the top of my head.
Yeah, that was.
I forgot to write anything. My turn. Okay. So my Torah portion, Shalach Lechi, tells the story of the Israelites' journey to the Promised Land. It begins when Moses follows God's request to send 12 spies to visit the land. One spy from each tribe went for 40 days. Once they all came back, they had mixed news. On one hand, they said it was a land filled with milk and honey.
Those spies came back with a cluster of grapes said to be so large it took 2 people to carry. The other 10 spies came back saying it was inhabited with giants and that they had no chances of conquering. The 2 spies who said they could, his descent would eventually become Joshua and his sidekick Caleb, who would lead the Israelites. They tell the Israelites not to worry, that they can defeat the inhabitants of the land and enjoy all the milk and honey. But the people didn't listen. They were panicked and stricken with fear. God sees this and realizes that the freshly out of Egypt Israelites weren't ready to inherit the promised land. So then God made them wander in the desert for another 40 years. Long enough for a new generation to be born. This generation never experienced Egypt, so they weren't scared of going to the promised land. The reason God didn't just tell Moses to go, or that it was safe and okay, was because it was a test. The Israelites let them be ruled by fear, thinking that they couldn't do it, so they couldn't. The spies had been sent not to learn about the land, but to learn about themselves. 40 years later, Joshua sent his own set of spies. They all came back bearing a new message. We can do it. The land and people inhabiting it stayed the same. The only thing that changed was the people. I chose this Torah portion because, well, for one reason, the other one I could have chosen was about testing if a woman cheated on her husband completely the wrong way, and if anybody knows anything about me, no way would I ever take that. Also, I believe this is my dad's Torah portion, too.
Yeah.
So, another fun meaning. But also, I found this really easy to connect it to my life, because the Israelites' journey through the desert was connected to my life from the very beginning, I'll say, as in the start of 3rd grade aid, I'm going to say being the last normal year, and like spring break of 4th grade, getting a bunch of extra time off, and then COVID. Yay! Then 5th grade, we're on Zoom, then we're not, and graduation happens. But then we go to 6th grade. And it was a transition. It was a new thing, but we did it. And now I'm in 7th grade, 8th, and we made it. I think we're at a point where we can safely say, like Israelites made it to the promised land. We made it to this spot that we're supposed to be in. I would like to thank, I think, a bunch of people. I'm gonna start with these people. Thank you to Johnny for being like an older brother to me and being the most amazing person to annoy me, because it's really amazing. Thank you to Evelyn, who even though you are sometimes wrong, making sure your point be heard. Most of the time wrong. So was actually, if you put in perspective, it is inspirational, because you always want to make sure your part is what is heard. Thank you to JoJo for always proving how wonderful it is. They're not, but I appreciate our playful founders, and that was the wrong word, and how it's so funny that you can never get over my dad says he
Respectfully disagreed, but okay.
Thank you to Eva for always being there for me, being someone that I can annoy the heck out of and have so much fun with, but never actually getting too mad at me. But thank you to Masha and David for always letting us have a fun time when we'd sleep over and getting us boba and udon and sushi so much of the time. Really amazing. Thank you to Jackie and Nathan for always putting up with our exciting energy when we come up to your house and be around you guys. Thank you to Bella for always being an amazing person and being the fun grandma. Thank you to Karina for being an inspirational person, and as Eva said, coming up with funny points in the conversation we'd be having. Thank you to Amelia for being our little angel. You're not going to ruin it yet. We're very excited. Thank you to Baba. Thank you to Baba for always insisting to do math with us. And again, as Eva said, we maybe annoyed it, but you just want to help us, and I appreciate you always trying to do things for the better good of us. Thank you to Baba Dina for always giving us amazing hugs and always trying to come to events with us. Thank you to Erika Allen for always making us plov at the end of trips. It's really good. And thank you to my mom and dad for giving me every opportunity
be possible in life and being amazing parents that have helped me grow and evolve to the person I am today. God, continue with people. Okay, so thank you to... It's like the dog. 2 more things. Yeah. 3 things. Thank you to Dima, Michelle, and my new baby cousin. Dima for always being annoying and enjoy when you're here. Michelle and my new baby cousin for just being amazing. Love you guys too. You're special in your own way. Thank you to my dogs for always being there, running away from me, running to me, annoying the heck out of everyone, pooping everywhere, but being my dogs, and I love them. And just to anybody else from New Jersey, New York, or Nashville on the live, love you guys too. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh God, that's the point. Yeah, very good.
Shalom. Yeah. In Parashat Nitzavim, it teaches us about the covenant between our ancestors, the Israelites, and God. It's really talking about the 2 paths, the 2 doors that one can take. If you stray from God, worship idols, violate the 10 Commandments, then you'll follow an evil path. God will send plagues onto your land and make your crops wither. If you choose to take the second door and follow the words of God and the laws of the Torah, then God will bless you and shelter you. This second path is always open, even if you do wrong. I truly can relate to this parasha because I want to be the type of person who does the right thing and chooses the second path, the one where you follow the Torah's laws. I know that everybody here has once made the wrong decision, maybe harmed somebody else, intentionally or unintentionally, Jesse. And by not straying away from God, we can all become better people. Okay, so before I thank everybody, I like to say one thing. Is Nathan here?
No.
Nathan left because he knows that I'm going to criticize him because I saw him wearing a gold bow and he should be wearing orange, which I told him multiple times, but it's okay, I'll let it pass. So, I mean, first of all, I'd like to thank Cindy for helping us all through the prayers and the ceremony. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
Thank you, Jojo.
Also, thank you to my parents, obviously, who have really helped me in this process, and I know will keep helping me grow in life. I owe you both more than 1,000,000 thank yous, probably a lot more. You guys have literally made my entire life, so thank you. Also, thank you to my sister, Amelia, who has been very energetic and helpful with all our prayers. We might have had a couple arguments. Okay, maybe not a couple. We might have had a lot of arguments, but I know that you're a great sister, so thank you very much. Also, thank you to Karina for being so encouraging in this entire thing. I know that you weren't doing it with us, but it feels like that because you've been helping us so much. So thank you. Evelyn, thank you for bringing your good vibes to everything. I might say, I, of course, also really like your feistiness, but unlike your parents, I'm not sure if it's always the best thing. But, however, I enjoy listening to your opinions. Thank you to Donovan for your dedication. And thank you to even Anya for always being so funny. One day you guys are both going to become famous for your nice shirts. Trust me.
Thank our mom for that.
That's true.
Full credit to her.
Also, the most important thank you that I have to give is to my dog, Benny. He has really helped me in this entire process by being there and letting me cuddle him and pet him. Benny has really helped me more than anyone. Yeah, Benny! Okay. Benny! Also, thank you to all of my family members. Thank you to both of my grandmas, and thank you to my grandpa, and thank you to everybody who was able to come here today. By you guys all being here, you've really been able to support me a lot. I like to say, I think that Baba Lilia and Dedushka Alec, I think that you guys should just go on tour and start selling plov. Because I think that that should be your guys' new job. You guys should earn millions of dollars. Trust me on that. So thank you everybody for coming. Yeah.
Wonderful.
All the kids to stay right there, but look this direction. Grandma, I would like you to come up, Bella. Bella has some special things to say. She had a lot to share with me, and I think it would be best, actually, if you speak in the mic, but direct it to your children here.
This day and place is so important to me and to all of us. We are here at Babushka Dina house. Her blouse is here, and she is definitely spiritually with us, blessing blessing her young great-grandchildren. She is the one who made your destiny by once decided to leave Russia and to go to America, by once decided and carry it through all the hardship, and by building the life that you are now living. Memory of her, let it always be in your heart, guys.
And now we're going to call upon even Anya's parents. Do you want to speak over the cup, or would it be different?
This
is very important.
We didn't prepare anything, so.
So, like Eva, we're gonna wing it. You guys, I'm so impressed with each and every one of you. Seriously, this was amazing. You have managed to eat like probably 27 candies throughout this process, which is really impressive. You guys were all funny, and you each had your own part with the Torah, and you connected with it, and I mean, seriously, the amount that they've been able to do in such a short period of time on Zoom is fabulous. So congratulations to all of you. We're all really proud of you. We literally have watched every single one of you grow up, and it's kind of crazy that we're here today, and you guys are so big. Most of you are taller than me. Congratulations, you guys. We love you so much. Seriously.
Dina was putting together a little slideshow of even Anya and the cousins that they're going to show at the party downstairs later tonight. And I'm watching these pictures from 12 years ago, 13 years ago in Donovan's case, and I'm just thinking, my God, where has the time gone? And I think about my parents as I grow older, and I identify with them more and more. And one thing that they'll tell me pretty frequently is that seeing me grow up, seeing my life develop, and my brothers as well, is one of the great joys in their life. And I find that that's such a true statement. Seeing you guys grow up, seeing who you've become, is one of the great joys in my life. And this is a high watermark, this is a milestone, and I just want to see what happens next.
I'm sorry.
To all of the cousins, it's really wonderful watching all you guys grow up. A little scary, but also very wonderful. To JoJo, I take most of the credit for how wonderful you are, although I will share it with David. But I really I admire your confidence in everything you do, and I think it's very well deserved.
I have a long list of thank yous too. Yeah, JoJo, actually all the cousins, I'm really proud of all of you. And you know, things are changing really quickly, just how everyone's living. And I think all of you and JoJo, I think you'll figure it out. You know, all of us, your parents, we're trying to give you as much as we can, so that you can figure it out. And I'm proud of all of you. I'm proud of you.
All the parents behind their kids, and if there's a sibling to come up to. So we're going to put our families together in like little pods. because we're gonna bless the families. So Shai and Evelyn get together with your parents. Everybody kind of get to, and use your talit as like a shawl to wrap your family together. May God bless you, and may God keep you. May the light of the Holy One shine on you, and may God's face be lifted up to you. Lifted up to you. May God grant you the precious gift of peace. Shalom, shalom. You may be seated. Mazel tov.
Everyone, thank you.
So I just want to say one thing before we do the concluding prayers. A year ago this Shabbat, I did what I thought was probably the mitzvah of the century. It was a tremendous, tremendous indoor mitzvah, like a Broadway show. And a few hours after, I met Jackie. Jackie called upon me at Braden's bat mitzvah, and she said, "Do you have any interest in teaching a bigger group?" And here we are, a year later, on the same Shabbat. I did not know that this is where it would take us, because most of the kids have been working together for just 1 year, and if it was 20 lessons, 25 lessons, it really wasn't a lot, and it brought them to this place. And then later on, Jackie said, "We're going to do something at my grandmother's house," and brought me to this house that did not look like this house. There were, the stairs were not ready, the yard wasn't ready. She's like, "It's going to look like this, and it's going to be like this." And I never would have imagined, Jackie, that it would look like this, and that it all came together in such an incredible fashion. And I'm very grateful for my learning to meet your children and have the personal time and the private lessons and the individual time to get to know your children. And I just want to say that I thank you always for choosing me. I don't take it lightly that I'm chosen for this job. And Brett and I are grateful and thankful, and we wish you all a wonderful journey to Israel and can't wait to hear all about it. But this was such a blessing, and thank you very much. So I'm appreciative. Now we're going to stand and remember many, many people who are no longer with us. And forgive me if I mess up some language. Yvel Levin, Diana Koplovich, Phyllis Sorkin, Harold and Beatrice Glucksman, Avia Berg, Arnold Berg, Anatoly Livitz, Karen and Donald Kruger, Donald Jeanette Wingate, Daniel Dorothy Kruger, Michael Kruger, Mark Kruger, Miron Rosa Remesnitsky, Eugene Klochoff, Robert Gottlieb, Elizabeth Gottlieb, Leonard Gottlieb. Brett will lead us in the mourner's cottage to remember these people who are no longer here.
You're a little bit in it, so you might want to scratch that.
Yitkadav Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah V'yama Divra Chirute V'yamlich Malchute B'chayechon V'yomechon V'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agalau V'zman Kariv V'yimeru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Ulamei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitalev V'yitalal Shemei Dekudesha Barichu Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'yimeru Amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru Amen. You may be seated.
book too?
Here we go.
There was a one bedroom in White and we lived there. And they lived
No liquids near the Torah, or you'll have to write it yourself.
Evelyn.
Okay, so we just keep your.
Evelyn, be careful. Please be careful of
Okay, so maybe
Thank you.
Where should we direct traffic? Where is everyone going? The services?
Oh, it's Starbucks.
Because we didn't say it earlier, I just need to tell Cindy, you're amazing. Thank you for adjusting for us, for making this so special, making what like a truly, truly beautiful event. You are a special person. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, just so you guys know what's happening next. For the kids, we're gonna get the party started around 6:30. The kids, there's 80 middle school kids coming, which is 80 too many.